So, guys, I want to show you my face. I was out today in the sun, and you notice the inflammation is going down, so my face isn't so like, you know, so you can tell the difference. So, hopefully, I'll be in the sun a lot more, and hopefully, it'll start to give me back a natural face shape. My face was so distorted that it didn't have any definition. Like, it wasn't like cheekbone. I had a cheekbone and a chin together. It wasn't, and you can tell it's slowly returning where it's just like you can see some definition. You can see a cheekbone, you can see a chin. Everything is slowly coming back together. So I'm been using ice. I went outside. I had my hat off. So they keep talking about whether my hair is black or brown. It's always been brown. They said maybe it could have been like blackish brown. I've never met people who worry about these types of things. They said that the reason they worry about it is because they would change their hair color to match my hair color. I don't even understand that. I don't understand any of this. Um, the reason why it matters whether it's black or brown is because when you have to fill out forms and it's like, what's your hair color? If it's brown, it's brown. If it's black, it's black. I've never known that on like a form or anything like that you would say blackish brown or brownish black. I've never seen life so complicated as they try to make it. The other thing is that they said I had something in my eyes from years ago that would make them itch, that they put it there and they can magnetize my eyes so that it would itch. Well, outside with all the flowers and the pollen, things were blowing around. My eyes did start to itch, but really a bug came right towards this. You know how when you see a bug coming? And I think that's what caused a lot of the itching. But they said what they're trying to prove is that I'm the person they've always done this to. So what I'm saying is, and I keep trying to get more and more information. I'm getting a lot of their worries and not more information. They're talking out loud, other people hear it. And it seems like they did this to me as a child. They can't tell me what year, what age was I. Then it's like, okay, not my age, it was someone else's age. No, my age. What age was I? Then we have to listen to them try to talk amongst themselves. It's like something so bizarre to me that I don't even understand why. If this was something you're trying to do that you said you did before, then you would say, okay, this is the date I did this. This is what happened. It would be so formal. Yet when they make the lies against me, it sounds like it's an official thing. So let me put it this way. Let's go into another sort of train of thought. You know how when I was doing the series about train of thought and thought processes, input, output, let's try this. If you're going to say you did something to me as a child that exposed me to radiation, then hold me responsible for what I did and say it's official. You definitely did it. Then when I present information and evidence that I didn't do it, you go right back to saying, well, we did this to you. Let's try this. Give me the exact dates of the things. I was going to say the lies, the things you claim I did and what you did to me on that date so that we can match it up. So the not I was going to say the lie, the allegation with what you did to me. So on the date you allege that I was doing all these horrible things, did you expose me to radiation? Were you playing your radio waves and frequencies, which we know is associated with radiation? Were you making my ears sensitive to sound, which we know uses microwaves? Were you using heat on my body, which causes my skin to get darker and get marks on it? And does that match with one of your allegations? So let's do it this way. So if in order for us to prove you were always doing this to me and you were attacking my eyes, which you said would make me have to scratch my eyes, what allegation matches that? So during the time that you lied and said, oh, here I go, I was I was doing something horrible. Were you making my eyes itch at that same time? So another big lie of and that's my point. Let's do it that way. Let's combine the symptom that you created with what you said I was doing at that time. since they seem to have a long list of things that I was doing, yet very vague about kind of maybe we were doing this. So let's do it this way. You tell me what you said I did, and you tell me what you did at the same time. We'll do it that way. That'll be the only way. So they said, "Oh, well, they're gonna embarrass me by making it look like I made a huge mistake." I'm okay. I'm willing to accept the embarrassment. The other big deal about this is that they want me to come off like I'm someone who needed them to help me. If you're hurting me and you admit it, how can you then claim that you were helping me? How does that work? I don't get it. So today I was out and I was functioning. I had a little bit of a health issue, but not to the extent that it has been. So the icing is working, the inflammation is working, but I think what's also working is putting this out there publicly. So if I hadn't been putting this out there publicly, they would have had me so inflamed, running around listening to sounds, recording sounds, running after people and saying, "Do you hear that? Do you hear that?" I don't have to. They said that they just said, "Oh, mention that this is all a form of street justice. If this is your form of street justice, then it's an injustice." So they said, "Well, why did I not want people to act in violence?" Clearly, I don't think anyone should act in violence, but especially that we know that this is happening. Um, what's so strange to me is how that it's very easy for them to turn this on me. Like they said they're going to create a computer program where they can say exactly what I'm about to say. Well, what they were talking about that I was supposed to say today, I have no intention of saying. It has nothing to do with anything. But what I'm saying is, how do people live with themselves doing this? I mean, I said this in other videos. I think I probably said this in almost every video. If I'd known this was being done to me or anyone else, I would have told decades ago. I didn't know this technology existed. They do lie a lot about a lot. And it's hard for me to keep up with their lies, but I'm going to cut this video short. I wanted to talk about True Blood. This turned out to be nothing about True Blood. So I'm going to cut this video short because it's taking for us forever. So a very long time to load the videos. But I just want to put that out there, that if we're going to talk about thought process and we're going to talk about healing emotionally, so mental, physical, emotional. So physically, what were you subjecting me to, and what's the dates and times? Tell me the technology. Mentally, how do you blame someone for things that you know that person didn't do if you're messing up that person's brain and memory? Emotional, how do you expect me not to be upset and react to this situation and put it out there publicly so that other people who have been through the same situation can kind of put their lives together too? And that was something someone left in a comment, that after this person figured all of this out, this person had to go through his life or her life and figure out exactly what was done. And that's part of it. It's trying to piece it together, and I'm trying to piece it together at the same time as I think they are. I don't understand why they don't know. You can't have 100% memory when it comes to all the horrible things I didn't do that you claim I did. But we don't know exactly what we were doing to you at the same time. What I think, you want to know what I'm beginning to put together myself, and I shouldn't say it in this video because it's going to make it longer. I think the dates and the times that they alleged that I did things were the dates and times that they were doing this to me. And I was supposed to remember their version of things because that was a date that they did this to me. And instead, I remember the reality, which means the technology that they've used on me wasn't the same as this. Thank you for watching.